the passport bros conversation.
Okay.
So, starting off talking about what is a passport bro? What's our knowing of, listening of? I just want to get the general census.
I want to know what one is.
Perfect. So my assessment, passport bros, is brothers. The two conversations. One, brothers, black men getting passports, leaving, no longer dealing with women in black community. Here in America, in the West.
I'm halfway there. I got a passport.
There you go. I got one as well. Everybody. And the overall, though, my understanding, passport bros is any man ready to leave Western culture, because it happened over in the UK, it happened in America as well. Leaving the West to go find women, Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, what's the other spot? Dominican Republic.
So basically, the expats, like after Vietnam War, all the expats were like, "Fuck the U.S., I'm dipping."
Specifically, fuck the modern women, Western women, etc. conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm using this passport and going elsewhere. So that's my understanding of passport, bro. I also want to hear everyone's thoughts on and what the different conflicts. I watched the video today that astonished me. Yeah, just astonished me that this conversation exists the way it does. Is I've heard of the women mad at passport bros. They were talking about the men hating on passport bros. So there's like depth and levels to. And for me, the whole psychology of what creates the distinction of a passport bro to be something, a thing, a phenomena, and the people on both sides, men and women, that are mad at it happening.
So wait a second. Isn't it a cliche though? Because, I mean, going back to the days of waiting to exhale, women have been leaving the country with their passports to find, you know? No, it wasn't waiting to exhale, groove back. Stella got a groove back. You know?
Is that a generality? Is that factual? At the time of that movie?
I don't know. At the time of the movie, I know a lot of women who go to get the groove back, especially since that movie.
Right, you think that'd be the instruction manual. What's your, you know about passport bros before? You asked. What's your knowing?
So about a year ago, I remember seeing this dude. I don't remember his name. I don't even know how the algorithm. But it was a dude that was in the Philippines, I think, and I didn't know passport bros was a thing. I still don't. But he was in the Philippines and was essentially documenting just what it's like. And for him, it seemed more about the stretching of his money, and so that the upgrade of the lifestyle and the lack of, I put it in terms of lack of discord in his relationships with the women he was dealing with, or a woman, because I think only I was just dealing with this Filipino woman, but yeah, it seemed to be just about a peaceful style of existence from what he was showing. Yeah. So it's like I get up, you know, where I live now, it's like a mansion damn near, $3,000 a month US.
Shit, I can imagine.
And you know, I have this feminine, attractive young, I would say young, like maybe early 30s or something, Filipino woman that he was dealing with. And so they appeared to me seeing more, I don't know his backstory, but maybe it's, you know, been through some shit with maybe a divorce or a shit show there. Maybe he tried several times to keep it in the family, let's say. And then maybe there's I'm speculating, but maybe perhaps there was like hey bro, you know, this is an option, right? You know, probably visited and was like, you know, dipped his toe in the water and just dove in. You know? So that was I cannot remember his name for shit. It was just older guy. And I saw a couple of his videos just to see what it's like. I was like, okay, I need to visit the Philippines. Not because of passport bros necessarily, but you know, like they have some beautiful women. Okay, I like beautiful women, and so there was one for that. And then I found these weren't really passport bro, not in the way that you just described, where it's like a permanent kind of. These were some guys who were just travel.
And to clarify, we'll say that not all, especially if they're not in position to, are looking to completely relocate. some are tapping into that, the lifestyle advantages, and others as well are still touching on going over there just to date, whether it's exposure, just trying to get sex, trying to get a girlfriend, partner, whatever. Some even start relationships online before they go over there and meet contact. So it's the whole world of just the market, the dating pool is global, and where there's more feminine women, passport, gone.
Okay, so I guess maybe they were categorized that. They just seemed like guys who traveled and documented their thing anyway.
Yeah.
But it was a dude that, or just a group of guys, they seem to just like they go to Mexico, they go to Colombia, they go to Philippines, and really like document from I guess whatever an average guy's perspective would be. And I mean going into, where you find the clubs, like the how to get prostitutes, the whole nine, like, because it was like saying pros. I didn't know what that meant. It's like, how to get the pros, and then how to just get natives. It was like pros, and then after a couple, okay. And he started describing, so you go in the club, and you dance with. I was like, oh, these are okay, got you. So that was my first. Like, I have no context for paying for at all, like my entirety of my life. Not even like actually doing it, but I've never in real life seen an interaction like that. So
really,
never. I've never. It's just never been in a situation where that needed to happen. I don't know anybody that's so. It's just like a
strip
concept,
club, though, right?
Huh?
Strip club.
I mean, I went to a strip club the first time in 2022 or one, and it was my younger brother who was like, I really want to. So I was like, fine. It was like his birthday or something. And funnily enough, even then I didn't have to pay. Yeah, they hooked me up, but I didn't have. But I never tried to. But I was like, give it to him because it's just I don't give a damn about the dances. So that never appealed to me. So I did, not even strip clubs. Like I never. So when I saw the Passport Bros thing, I was like, oh whoa, like that's a different outlook on life. Where it's like, I don't give a damn if I'm paying for it. The headaches, the not having the headaches is worth the exchange kind of relationship.
See,
the look at the busty dusties. There's like nicknames for it, like the Passport Bros are the busty, the ones we don't want. Like that's the public shame about it is what's this epidemic? Why y'all do it? It's like pointing out and mad at. But these are the ones who are saying they've been disqualified or overlooked or taken.
That's what the Passport Bros guys are saying.
That's the conversation.
Well, again, to me, it's people are gonna always say what they're gonna say, right?
So,
just
interject. The women overseas are basically saying, "We'll do the jobs you don't want to do to the women over here."
Literal videos.
Okay, I just want to put that point out.
I'm waiting. The women overseas are making the videos of saying that. Okay.
Yeah,
they're saying that.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the guys, the older cat. I thought it was actually who you were talking about. What do you say? Jet to Thailand. I forget the name of his channel, but he's been doing it for a while. One of the OGs.
Yeah, it might be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name though.
And he lives with. I keep forgetting his name too. He lives with. He lives with this woman, Elle, Philippine, and she makes videos now on her channel making responses to the whole passport culture, what's going on, and like literally the 20 unbelieved myths or whatever, and they're not sex slaves, there's no crime going on, these women are like choosing, most of the women like whether or not they even want to get married, come back to the States, the culture there, blah blah blah, just addressing all the comments and things coming up. But it's a full-on a lot of people have perspectives, a lot of people have generalities, but it's a whole subgenre, like a real conversation, growing apparently.
Yeah, it's ultimately, what is fundamentally it's a conversation, just globally on it's supply and demand, right? As a man or as a woman, right? You're buying something, right? We're all buying something, and so what these guys are saying is, what I want to buy, you're not selling me, but you want me to pay for what I don't want, right? And so they're like, I'm tired of feeling like I have to pay for this. I don't want this. I don't want the headache. I don't want the, but whatever they're getting, and I think full circle, there's somewhat of a point from a standpoint of I don't think every guy who dips really tried, in the sense that, like, let's say I'm just a soft, weak guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could probably develop myself now, because I don't have these problems with these women, you know. But I understand, you know, you're saying it's a different breed. But what I'm saying is that there's an element of it where, because women react to men, right?
Facts.
So there's an element of it where you're probably just not always, right? But you might just be a weak loser, you know. And there are cases for that. And it's like, yeah, you know, these Western women give me headaches and they give me shit. They bust my balls and I don't like it. So I'm going to flee. And there are people who are actually probably genuine, solid guys and just tired of it, right? So I don't think all of it is merely, well, you know, these evil Western women are, you know, and I need to leave. It's also, you're probably like a loser.
So,
you know what I mean? So,
I got to, all right. So I'm always a student of all of it, right? And this has been the shit that's been so astonishing, because I've known none of this for, I'd say, probably the last 8 months. And this is just all what I've learned looking at Kevin Samuels, looking at the manosphere, black manosphere, Passport Bros, all of it. And it's literally the dialogue. That's why it's so perplexing to me, because it is everything, my observation, everything occurs as a generality. These Western women, these black women, it's the whole of that way. And that's the part where I'm saying the conversation is coming from the angle of where the women are. My understanding of masculinity, universal laws, the dance that's taking place, and my own experience as a man. Is it that bad? Literally, the mantra is, it's that the cat I was talking about. And all respect, I see the business, I see the aspect that he's doing, the life he's living. No disrespect to it. And the mantra is, it's that bad out here. Like the tagline behind the videos, Passport Bros, the life, giving you access. I see all of it. And that's the narrative that everyone is standing in.
20 to 30-year-olds who are trying to leave, these men don't have a guide on what it is to be masculine here. But when they go overseas, they're automatically masculine. Like, it's a given that you're male, you're masculine. So you walk into a room and the woman, you're allowed to contain the woman without as much effort.
Well, when I heard that, it was more when you said you're automatically masculine. When I heard that, it's like you get the reactions of somebody who
Agree.
Right.
That's
like,
fair.
So it's
That's
like
fair.
it's you're not any more masculine, but she has no context for trying to be masculine. So she's always gonna react. She's always gonna operate like a feminine woman.
She's always in the yang of it, while responding to your, I might have those backwards, but you know what I'm saying.
But
That's funny. I went to DR last year, year before last. I went to DR for the first time, so I got to see a third world country in person, and getting that, like, third world is 50 years behind. That's ironic, because that's the time of the energy. That's where things have been on. If these places were developed, like 50 years in the future, probably 25 at the speed that we evolve. But in the future, there will be a point where you may be having to go to the fucking moon to find a feminine type shit, if that's the easy route.